Hope everyone's been doing okay.
Here we observe the Sam Walker in his natural habitat, phone in hand, ego fully inflated, and banknotes fanned like a peacock's feathers. A self-declared alpha of the urban jungle, Sam believes that respect is earned through Instagram stories and unprovoked threats. But alas, the wild has rules, and when you spend years taunting predators while live streaming your location, eventually nature bites back. Hard.
In ICU in Spain, Port of Venice, after being attacked last night at 1 AM. But I'll just tell you how it is. I don't believe it's true. If it is, it's unfortunate for Holly and the children, isn't it? Apparently at 1 o'clock last night, I was on live, weren't I? Saying, where's Sam? That's like a headshot, that's like a headshot. Well anyway, 1 o'clock last night, someone's meant to have plunged him in the head with an offensive weapon.
Let's make one thing absolutely clear from the outset. This video is not about celebrating what happened. It's not mockery. It's a reaction, a breakdown of events, a timeline, and an attempt to understand why this situation unfolded the way it did. Because you see, when someone builds their entire persona on intimidation, on flaunting wealth, on public threats, eventually reality pushes back. It always does. The internet isn't a shield. It's a spotlight. In this first clip, we witnessed the reaction from Sam Walker's longtime adversary, Darren Gee. At this point, no one knew the full story. There was confusion, disbelief. Even Darren couldn't quite process it. But this was the spark, the beginning of the fallout. Now let's examine what came next, the aftermath, and how Sam responded when the mask began to slip.
He said, I've got to wear a hat when we go outside. I've got to be careful. I said I could still die.
Who watching me, I always talk about cockiness and crime and all that shit. But trust me, lad, it's not life. It's not life at all, lad. It's not. It's really not.
In this clip, we see Sam in hospital. 50 staples in his head, clearly shaken. There's a flicker of remorse, maybe even clarity. But given his track record, the online threats, the bragging, the provocation, this was almost inevitable. But we have to be honest here. Given the way he's acted over the years, the constant posturing, the threats, the goading online, this was bound to catch up with him. When you spend years provoking serious people and then fly out to places like Spain, to Puerto Banús of all places, it becomes a matter of when, not if. Someone always knows someone, and unlike the UK, in Spain, cash talks. Connections can buy you time or they can erase consequences. That's the reality. And yes, you can feel sympathy, you can feel empathy. That's a good instinct. But before we turn this into a tale of redemption, we need to remember what came before. I'll show a clip. For those unaware of his usual behavior, there are countless examples of these uploaded all over social media, with Sam playing the hard man gangster.
Come on, you back. Let's have it. Why you run away, you back? Come out, you house. He ran up with a then. Come up behind me, little shit. I slipped, got back up, got my thing out. So obviously I always carry something anyway. And then he just ran off. So he comes back around now. I know he's watching me live. And if you are watching me live, like, get back around and I'll stick this fucking right through you.
Now here's where it gets particularly revealing. After being attacked, most people would go into fight or flight mode, but not Sam. He's filming. You can see it clearly. He's more focused on capturing footage than protecting himself. That tells you something about where his priorities are. Image first, survival second. And then he says he always keeps something on him. Everyone knows what that means. He doesn't need to say it. But who says that publicly? What self-respecting person, let alone a so-called gangster, announces that on camera? It's theater. And dangerous people don't like theater. Because the truth is, some people watch those clips and it winds them up. Serious people, the kind who don't forgive disrespect. And when they see him in places like Puerto Banús, where power and cash work differently, they act, not for justice, for fun.
I could have been dead 78 days ago when the police got me. I was in a coma for 6 days until my girlfriend went there and sat with me for 7 days watching me until I woke up. That's what she done. She sat there and watched me. Is she in here now? Is she alive? If she is, can someone pin her? Or can someone go to a page and pin her for me, please? She literally sat there for 4 days, for 6 days, and watched. She thought I was going to die.
Well, this is sad. This isn't how a gangster behaves. You don't cry on TikTok and expect to be taken seriously. Why post something so personal? That video's online forever. Your family will see it. So will their mates. You've made yourself into a meme, not a man. You used to travel about in Africa, corrupt governments, diamond deals, exposing dodgy charities like some international outlaw. You bragged about getting raided and walking free, but now you're broken on camera. It's jarring. The image doesn't match the man. What were you thinking? This is why you've landed in clown world, not because of what happened to you, but because you couldn't keep the mask on. You traded fear for sympathy. You dropped the character and gave us the chaos underneath. And that chaos is what people remember.
Left, I don't. I think I've probably got about 4 or 5 years left. I don't know why. 4 or 5 years to make sure my son, who's 13, 14, is successful and settled as my baby's mum, who's got 2 beautiful kids, but are coming in for a couple of weeks' time. So my goal from now on, now until I don't know how long I've got left, but it's just to try and become as successful as I can and be there for my kids. And any money I make won't be going to me. I'll literally be giving it to me 2 kids' mums.
It's hard not to feel sorry for him when he talks about his family and kids, and of course we wish them the best. They didn't sign up for this. But let's be honest, this didn't come from nowhere. You can't shift the blame. It's your actions, your ego, your online bravado that led here. You acted like people wouldn't recognize you, like no one would take offense. That's not smart. That's reckless. You're not the streetwise guy you claim to be. His whole image, the clever gangster, the big man, the prison boss, it's falling apart now. People see through it. And after all the noise, what's left is a man who made too many enemies and believed too much of his own hype.
That's my goal. That's all I'll be doing. I'm making sure the things are in place for when she's raised my kids. And I don't think I want to be here long enough, that's the thing about it. Thursday, the police could have took me out. The past 28 days ago, they could have took me out. And the only reason he didn't is because there was other police there who come, the other police come later in the car and stop it happening. That's the first.
This whole claim about having 3 to 5 years left, it doesn't add up. No doctor gives a timeline like that after a head injury. It sounds like something imagined, not diagnosed. And yet he says it with conviction, like it's fact. But notice what's missing. There's no mention of a medical report, no detail, no evidence, just a vague, dramatic number. It feels less like honesty and more like a ploy for sympathy, a way to shift the tone, to rewrite the narrative in his favor. And again, why post it? Why burden your family with that fear when it might not even be true? You've taken a beating, yes, but that doesn't equal a death sentence. It's reckless, emotional, and once again, it's all online forever.